Hey, Schwilly. So, answer your question. One, Steam already has a console out. It's literally just like a computer with a straight up Xbox controller. Um, I would not trust an Alienware console as far as I could throw it, and I would know how far I can throw it because probably about 30 seconds into playing that crap, I would be throwing it out the window as hard as I could. It would be Tekken 6 all over again. Except I actually went to Tekken 6 with some sort of high hopes that were just shot down. What do I think will happen in consoles? What's going to be the next best thing? Do I think Sega will make a comeback? One, either the plot of Ready Player One will occur, and we'll all get Oasis consoles, which will kick ass, because they had a World of Warcraft world, and a Dungeons and Dragons world, and they had the world for everything, so that would be pretty awesome, and it only costs 25 cents. Best game you'll ever buy, it only costs 25 cents. Do I think Sega will make a comeback? If they do, it will be, I think they've just been laying in wait, honestly. I don't think they actually went out of business. I think what they did was they're just sitting back, and they're just waiting, because they've got this they're working on a killer-ass console, and they're not telling anybody about it, and they're gonna bust out with that thing, or, which I think would be even better, would be, because Nintendo is struggling something hardcore, and Pokemon's not gonna save that company forever, Sega Nintendo console, a Nega. Nope, that wouldn't. Nintendo. Something like that. Sega and Nintendo combining their stuff, making it awesome. You take Sega's games, which were always awesome. You have that rollerblade one where you go and spray paint stuff. You had, Sonic the Hedgehog with his gay little spinny move. That would be amazing. But will Sega make a comeback? I'd love to see it. I'd love to see a Dreamcast 2. Dreamweaver. So that's what I think. As for the consoles now, I think Xbox and PlayStation are gonna go probably neck and neck. I believe Xbox is in the lead right now, mainly because every person I talk to owns a damn Xbox One. They don't own a PS4. But I think that's because the 360 was such a good console. They're also very, very similar. One's not leaps ahead of the head and shoulders over the other. I tinkered around with Little Sunshine's Xbox One, and other than the fact that I don't think you guys still don't have Bluetooth, which is incredibly stupid, because you can get a cheaper headset and a better headset for less money. But you guys finally did, 5 years late, get a hold of some Blu-ray. So 5 years late. I love the PlayStation 4, but Nintendo's never gonna win that war. Not the way they're playing it. With hey, let's gear for 3-year-olds. I mean, you look at the 360's commercials and the PS4 commercials. It's I remember the PS4 commercials was "We Got Next" or something like that. It was just two dudes, and they were going and taking on basketball stars. And then they jumped on and they started playing Destiny and all that stuff. And Xbox was a similar commercial. And then you watch the Wii U's commercial, and it's a 5-year-old sitting there, and his sister wants to watch TV, so he starts playing it on his remote control. That shows where they're geared to, and that's not a bad thing, but they're not doing it right. If I were to do it, I would go with educational video games, but I'd do it in a different way. I would take classic literature like King Arthur, Peter Pan, Robin Hood, make a video game out of it that's straight from the book. I mean, perfectly from the book. You work out a deal with Amazon to get a free Kindle ebook download of the game you bought, put a little code in there with it. Boom, you've got cross-branding right there. Synergy. And that's how I would do it. Xbox and PS4, they're really geared towards more mature gamers and, first-person shooters, violent video games that are just not really my style, because sometimes I don't want to save the world. Sometimes I just want, if I had the $60 to spare, I would get the $60 farming simulator where you get to drive around on a big-ass tractor and feed cattle. It's literally a farming simulator in beautiful 3D graphics. Not like Farmville, where it's all cartoony. No, it's legit, and I would totally get that. As for PC, the first video game I ever played, Super Mario Brothers, on a Nintendo. I've been a console gamer since. I never really got into PC games. They've always seemed a bit more complicated, I guess. Whereas, a console game, you have your buttons, you know which one the buttons do. Normally the buttons are the exact same every time. I don't have to work a mouse with it. It's just more convenient for me to have that controller in my hands. I've tried mapping a controller to a computer, and it's never worked that well. Glad to hear computer's up and running good. I believe for Killzone, you can, for DC Online, you can turn down the graphics so it doesn't render everything. I haven't had that problem. The only time mine gets laggy is when there's a lot of people on at once, or when the server's just like... But I think that you'd probably be able to tweak the graphics to where it wouldn't render everything at once. You did tell me that they're coming out with a new processor for it, and that figures. I get the PS4 when it comes out. Oh, we're coming out with a new one with a better processor. Well, fuck me. You rude, rude people. Y'all could have at least waited a couple years and have to do it immediately. And if you know there's a problem with it, don't release it. Just got my low battery warning there. I'm going to try to keep this video short because my last one went too long and I had to re-record it. Family's doing good. Dad's foot's been hurting him and the side's been hurting him. His whole body's been hurting him. He's old. That's what happens. I think it's mostly because on his days off, he just watches Netflix. And he doesn't get up and move, so his muscles get stiff. Mom's been doing alright. Sunshine's been doing alright. Dog's doing good. Ellie's been trying to eat Oreo every 5 seconds. They play with each other. They love it. Everything's been going great here, I guess. And you know for a fact, man, that Doctor Who thing was coming to you. I shouldn't have even had to tell you. You shouldn't even have to ask for it. If it's Doctor Who, that's all you. I don't like Doctor Who. Doctor Who cares. I don't like Doctor Who, don't like Walking Dead, don't like Game of Thrones. I'm the worst nerd ever. And I do like playing on easy. I do get a little bit of stuff for that, but I like playing on easy because if I want to fail at something, I'll just do it in real life. I fail in real life all the time. Why the hell would I want to do that in my fantasy world too? Somebody asked me what I did with my life. I looked right at him. I was like, do video games count? Because if they do, then I've saved the world on numerous occasions, from dragons and all kinds of stuff. I've won the NBA championship, the Super Bowl, and the World Series. All with Atlanta teams. Some in basketball. In basketball, I've won the world. I've won with the Knicks, Timberwolves, the Magic, and the Hawks. I branch out more in basketball because, I do. I still love the Hawks. Really wish they could have made it. They just ran into that LeBron James brick wall there. That's all that happened. But, shit happens. You root for an Atlanta team, you don't expect to win a championship. You just kind of hope for one. Let's see here. Damn, fire safe cigarettes. Hold on a second. I agree with you that, once again, I'm glad you agree with me about Super Mario Brothers. Not a lot of people do. Love me some Super Mario Brothers. And yes, it does have the pest in it. How can you not like that movie? People wanted way too much out of that movie. I thought it was great. But that's just me. A lot of people also like Napoleon Dynamite. I don't get it. So, answer your question. Gonna pose some questions to you. What do you Let's see if I can think of a good one real quick. Have you seen the Godzilla game? Have you seen the trailer for the new Godzilla game? What do you think? Will you buy it for me for Christmas? It's a $60 game, no. Seriously though, tell me what you think. Check it out. I'm pretty pumped. You get to fight Mechagodzilla. You get to destroy Tokyo. You get to be Godzilla. Why has it taken so long to come out with that game? It looks, honestly, it reminds me of a big, beautifully rendered Rampage. You know, the old PlayStation game that was awesome. That I had on my that was the only game that I could work on my PlayStation 3 because everything else just froze because the hard drive melted. So I might be running out of time, might have to re-record this, I hope I don't. So, see you later. What do you think of the new Godzilla game? Do you think they should make another Godzilla movie, maybe this time actually put Godzilla in the damn thing, for more than 5 seconds, and leave the guy from Malcolm in the Middle out of it? So there you go. Don't go being a twat now. Loves you.